Mountain News, first at 4, continues.
And we begin this half hour with some breaking news out of Rockcastle County. Officials are investigating a deadly shooting. This is what we know so far. The deputy coroner says they were notified shortly after midnight last night of a shooting on Flat Gap Road, saying a man died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, while a woman was also shot and taken to UK hospital. We are not sure of her condition right now. Of course, this is a developing story, and we'll have more as we get it. A Jackson County mother is hoping her family will see justice soon. She's been waiting years for the man charged with her son's death to go on trial, but it's been delayed multiple times. Chelsea Jones talked to the mother about this long process and the prosecutor to learn the challenges in this case.
Well, about 4 years ago, Lonnie Belt was charged with murder, kidnapping, assault, and tampering with physical evidence. He still hasn't gone to trial. We spoke to Jesse Durham, who says he attacked her. She's wondering why it's taking so long to bring him to justice.
You know, you're angry, you're upset, you're hurt.
Jesse Durham felt a mix of emotions after learning that Lonnie Belt's trial had been pushed back for a third time. He's accused of kidnapping Durham and her son in 2017, taking them to a secluded wooded area. Police say Belt hit Durham in the head and pushed her off a tall cliff, leaving her with significant injuries. He told police he took Durham's son, James, to a separate area. He admitted to hitting the 5-year-old in the head multiple times with a metal object. The boy died.
And I've spent years in therapy trying to work through this and heal. But I mean, how am I supposed to do that when I can't get closure?
Commonwealth's attorney Gary Gregory says the holdup is due to the nature of the case. He's seeking the death penalty.
And I don't believe that an individual who ever kills a 5-year-old child intentionally deserves the right to live.
Gregory says a death penalty case requires an extensive jury selection process. With COVID-19 numbers rising, he said the court is taking extra precaution.
We can't take the chance on starting a trial, getting into the second week of a trial, somebody saying, oh, I feel ill today, so then they're going to have to be quarantined. Everybody in the jury is going to have to be dealt with appropriately, and then which may ultimately result in a mistrial.
Now, Jesse Durham says she plans to be in the courtroom every single day for Lonnie Belt's trial. In Jackson County, Chelsea Jones, WKYT.
And Lonnie Belt's trial is currently scheduled for October. One family received what they are calling a Christmas miracle after losing a family heirloom that is dear to their hearts. When Ashley Todd dropped her sick grandmother's ring at a gas pump in Pikeville before heading home to Tennessee this weekend, she thought it was the last time she would see it. But after hundreds of shares on social media and a call to the Pikeville Police Department, Sergeant Billy Ratliff helped get the ring back to where it belongs.
You know, it's not my ring, it's our ring, it's our grandmother's ring, and it's in our family, and that's where it really needed to be and to stay, and I'm just so thankful that he was able to get it back to us.
Ratliff says he was just doing his job. Todd says he went above and beyond to give her family back a piece of its matriarch. We will have more on this story coming up tonight at 6.
Watching the next of several cold fronts pushing through the mountains as we head through the remainder of tonight and into tomorrow as well. We stay warm and muggy ahead of it. I-64 at Moorhead. See what we're dealing with. We had a few of those showers work through earlier. Right now, just overcast but dry. A different story here in Perry County. Buffalo Mountain cameras showing us we do have those drops on the camera lens. So we are indeed seeing a few of those showers continuing to move through. Temperatures staying in the 60s, just about everybody. Jonesville, by the way, was up to 70 not long ago, but now back down into the 60s. Watching a few of those showers continue to push on to the north after that warm front pushed through earlier today. We're watching several waves, as a matter of fact, and let's go out to the west, and you see yet another wave taking shape across southern Indiana and western Kentucky. So we're not done by any means with the showers just yet around the area. And I'll have the latest on just how many we could see as we head towards the end of 2021 and beginning 2022 coming up in just a few short minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. An airplane crashed near San Diego, California late Monday night. Authorities said firefighters found no survivors at the scene. They did not specify how many victims were found, and it's unknown how many people were on board the Learjet. Streets were blocked, and deputies are still asking drivers to avoid the area, saying it will take time to process the scene. The sheriff's office said the Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board will handle that crash investigation. Following the holiday weekend, there is a spike in the demand for COVID-19 testing across the nation. That trend is being felt here locally at primary care centers of eastern Kentucky. Doctors said that staff are prepared, mostly because they've dealt with numerous waves following holidays before. If you're on the fence about getting a test, you are not alone.
I actually just got off the phone with another family. Everybody's coming in for testing. Everyone has symptoms after their family get together at Christmas.
Right now, Dr. Jones is only recommending testing for people who are symptomatic or have a confirmed close exposure to someone who is symptomatic. Investment bank Goldman Sachs is putting new vaccination and testing requirements in place for employees in the new year. The company told employees about the plan Monday. Anyone entering the bank's U.S. offices will have to show proof of having had a coronavirus booster shot. That goes for employees and visitors. The policy takes effect on February 1st. Individuals entering U.S. offices will also have to submit to testing twice a week. 96 NFL players tested positive for COVID-19 on Monday. That's on top of 10 positive tests over the weekend, which makes for a total of 106 players who have been put on the league's reserve COVID-19 list since Christmas. Also Monday, the NFL announced a booster mandate for all eligible NFL league office staff as well as club tier 1 and 2 personnel. On January 12th, that mandate will extend to members of the media applying to cover the NFL playoffs and the Super Bowl. U.S. and Russian officials will take part in security talks early next year as tensions remain high between Ukraine and Russia. While the diplomats talk, Ukrainian civilians say they don't want to sit by if Moscow decides to invade. CBS's Ian Lee reports.
There's something different about these war games outside of Ukraine's capital. Running through the forest aren't soldiers, but doctors, students, and businessmen. I believe every young person in this country should know what to do when the enemy invades, says this student. This may seem like something out of a Hollywood movie, but the threat is real. Ukraine is staring down the barrel of a possible Russian invasion. Western intelligence agencies think it could happen as early as next year, although Moscow denies this. So Ukrainian soldiers are training civilians to shoot a gun and even make improvised explosive devices. These people arrive, receive weapons, and carry out command assignments to defend their homes, says this battalion commander. While Ukraine's military trains with new American weapons like the Javelin anti-tank missile, it knows it can't stand up to the might of the Russian military. Just across the border, tens of thousands of Russian troops prepare for their next orders. So Ukraine's defense plan includes building a local resistance, drawing lessons from America's wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. I believe we have a chance to win even if our enemy is stronger and has better weapons, as long as every single person defends our homeland, says this doctor. If the fog of war comes, these Ukrainian citizens plan to be ready. Ian Lee, CBS News.
President Biden signed a spending bill that will provide $300 million to support Ukraine's armed forces. Taylor Swift wants to end the court fight over her hit song, Shake It Off. The singer's attorney has filed a new argument against a judge's recent ruling allowing the case to go to trial. Two songwriters are suing Swift for copyright infringement, saying Swift's 2014 pop song is similar to their 2001 R&B song, Playa's Gonna Play. Both songs even include similar phrases. Swift's attorney is asking the judge to reconsider his ruling against a summary judgment in her favor. The lovable and national treasure Betty White is sharing her secrets to a happy life just ahead of her 100th birthday on January 17th. The comedy legend told People magazine she tries to always find the positive in any situation, and she says she was born a cockeyed optimist. She says she gets it from her mother. White also joked that she avoids eating anything green. She has had a long career in Hollywood with roles in The Mary Tyler Moore Show, The Golden Girls, and Hot in Cleveland, but now the animal advocate enjoys playing crossword puzzles and watching golf at her Los Angeles home. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, the presents are all unwrapped and now some are going back. We'll share some tips for easy gift returns.
And our spring feel continues throughout much of the work week. I'll have the latest on when showers and storms work in again, and if we could see a return to winter as well on the way.